And I'll just say, if we have a government shutdown, a lot of vital work in science and health could be impacted, from cancer research to food safety. So the American people need our Republican friends in the House of Representatives to do their job, fund the government. We got a lot to discuss, so let's get this meeting started. I'd rather hear from you than me. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you think the government shutdown is inevitable at this point?
I don't think anything's inevitable in politics.
As you can imagine, we have to look at everything that the State Department does and determine what kind of work can continue in a government shutdown, what kind of work would have to be put on hold. We are concerned about the fact that Congress might not do its job and pass appropriations bills to keep the government open, and so we are doing the kind of planning that we have to do to respond to that situation if it occurs. But I'm not at this point ready to talk about what any specific implications might be.
If I could talk with the Congress today, I would just ask them to imagine payday, but no paycheck. I would ask them to imagine and put themselves in the exact same position that federal employees are in. And if they do that, they would hurriedly get this job done. They would hurriedly fund the government, because it's a detriment to our economy, it's a detriment to our communities and to the workforce. I just want to appeal to the United States Congress to make America the very best America it can be. And the only way to do that is to fund the government and make sure that the American people receive the services that they deserve.
We're here on Capitol Hill, just days away from a federal shutdown. The House and Senate are far apart in how they're going to resolve this, and there seems to be no easy standoff into the standoff in sight.
Hey guys.
Hi, good morning.
Just heading into this mark up here.
Okay. All right. Right now, the Senate is working on a bipartisan approach. They're pushing ahead with a bill that would keep the government funded for several more weeks through November 17th, and they're also keeping it funded at current levels. The Senate wants to add in some additional funding for Ukraine and also for fighting disasters here at home. All said and done, the Senate appears to be on track to pass their bill in time to prevent a shutdown this weekend. However, that's not the end of the story. Of course, the House Republicans have their own ideas in mind, and the House Republicans want nothing to do with this bill that's being processed over in the Senate.
Good morning.
Speaker McCarthy is going to try to put together his own temporary bill to keep the government funding, and he says he'll bring it up for a vote on Friday, which would be just one day away from a federal government shutdown deadline. It's not at all clear that Speaker McCarthy has the votes from his own Republicans to pass this bill. The bill includes strict budget cuts on many federal agencies, and Speaker McCarthy also wants to add in a border security package that some of his own Republicans and certainly Democrats and President Biden say is too strict, too severe, and not something they would support. So in the days ahead, the Senate will push ahead with its bill, hopes to pass it by the end of the week. The House will start working on its bill, but it doesn't look like they will come to an agreement in time for Saturday's deadline.